This dream again? I turn my head every which way, and no matter what, all I see is darkness. I'm all alone in this empty, dark void, only accompanied by the sound of my feet walking through what sounds like water. And all that I can do is walk. Well, no point in prolonging this. I pick my feet up and proceed into the everlasting darkness, not expecting much different than the norm. I've been having this same dream for, I want to say years now. At first it was quite frightening, as I can't seem to wake up until I walk at a certain distance. Once I enter slumber, I'm practically stuck here. But I'm used to it at this point. It at least guarantees that I get a lengthy helping of sleep. This place, neither cold nor hot. It's this odd and uncomfortable lukewarm, as is the unknown, gooey, sloshy liquid I'm stepping in that reaches up to my shins. Silent, dark, wet, gross. That's all I can really say about this place. You know, I don't think that I've ever actually tasted this liquid stuff before. I take a quick look around to make sure that no one is around to see this. I don't know why I did, knowing full well that I'm alone here in my own head. But it's always the embarrassing moments when people seem to appear out of nowhere. I kneel down and dip my finger in the substance. It gives little resistance as my finger glides in it. Raising my hand up, the substance slowly rolls down my finger and proceeds to drip back into the dark pool below. I hold the remains up to my nose and sniff. I hastily wipe my finger on my shirt. I'm glad that I gave it a whiff first. This stuff smells rancid. I'm shocked that something that smells so strong isn't harassing my nostrils just standing in it. It's almost like ink in a pen, but spoiled. I depressingly continue my walk, wishing that this stuff could have at least been tasty. It feels like I've been walking longer than usual. I stop and take another look around myself. Again, not really sure what it is that I'm looking for. Though, something does feel off. That familiar feeling as if there's a pair of eyes locked onto me, but I can't find out where. I squint my eyes and continue searching for any abnormalities. What the? The world around me alters. It's dark still, but the darkness is now emanating a dim purple glow, as if the atmosphere itself is reacting to something. Though the place looks different, I don't feel a change in any other aspect. In all seriousness, I can't tell whether this place was creepier before or now. Still left with nothing to do, I just continue my walk along the murky substance. I freeze in place. Unless my eyes are playing tricks on me, I think I see something or someone far in the distance. They're faint, but that just can't be my imagination. Hello? Upon my call, the being starts to fade into the distance. Hey! My curiosity of these brand new occurrences compels me to chase after the apparition. My speed is as quick as I can manage while traversing through this gunk, and keeping my footing is quite challenging. Huh? I try to walk some more, but it feels as if something has latched onto my leg. Its grasp is tight and almost feels like a hand. What's going on? I attempt to lift my leg to try and set myself free, and in response, the thing's grasp only got tighter around my ankle. I feel another hand reach up and grab my arm. It yanks and pulls me closer to the ground. With my face so close to the ground, the rancid ink scent forces its way up my nostrils with frightening strength. The constant smell of it making me cough and gag. I try to raise myself up, but another hand reaches up and grabs the collar of my shirt and pulls me under the liquid completely. I can't breathe, my heart is racing, and I can't move. Why do these dreams feel so damn real? And why is this one so much different than the others? I struggle and struggle under the surface, trying to get free. My eyes are burning. My mind is a mess. I can't think straight. I feel lightheaded. My heart is beating at a worrying pace, and I feel numb. I've had enough. Wake up. Just wake up, Csillia. I rise from my pillow with the most life-grasping gasp I've ever done. I hold onto my throat and breathe some more. I wake up to a mat riddled in cold sweat. I place my head in my hands and sit still. I'm alive. I raise my head and look at the ceiling of my rose-colored tent. The grand star's blissful light shines through it, signaling me to get a move on the typical schedule. Shifting my gaze left, I grab my old rusty sword and start crawling out of my tent. Good morning, Csillia. My eyes close as I embrace the grand star's warmth, along with the gentle breeze of the land, the chirping of the nearby birds, the various sounds of wildlife, the brushing of the grass and leaves. I inhale the sweet autumn air and extend my arms in a stretch. I zip up my jacket, and after taking one more long breath of the air around me, place its hood over my head. I take a look at my little campsite. Honestly, this might as well be my home. I live alone out here in the hollowed forest. It was some years ago when I started my own life. I once lived with the kind family that took me in after I was found by one of the family members whose name was Anomaly. They let me stay with them until we found any trace of someone related to me, which sadly never happened. I have no memory of my life prior to being found that day, so I couldn't be of any help there. Though the search was cut short, since the mere sight of me by most of the Scythians of the world would cause pandemonium. It's the reason I wear this hood. My hair and eyes make me stand out. Here we have 4 lands that dictate how each one of us must look to live a normal life. The lush green land of rye, the ever-chilled land of chai, the scalding land of roa, and here, the temperate land of art, each sporting their own set of hair and eye colors. To put things bluntly, I don't really fit the criteria of either land. So, my fate is in the hands of anyone who can get their hands on me. That's just how it is here in Csillia. For starters, my hair is majorly black, but the tip of my bangs fade into a very dark shade of purple, which implies that my parents were Rowan and Auden. But not only that, my eyes are also purple, which is completely unique and unheard of. Since one of the laws of this world created by the leaders of Csillia, the High Order states that abnormal hair and eye color combinations on us Scythians are to be apprehended. I could never really get around to searching on my own. What would happen to me if I were caught? Well, that part I'm still in the dark about. But really, I think it's best that I don't know. So in essence, your genes can't make you look too different, or you're pegged as free game by default. Or an anomaly, if we're using the correct terminology. This hooded jacket pretty much conceals the two aspects of myself that make me stand out too much. I have no memory of my parents, why I look the way that I do, and no one who I can relate to. Yet, despite all of this, the Aruli family treated me like I was normal. I couldn't be more grateful to them for treating me like a normal part of the family, as they definitely had many opportunities to turn me in. And really, that probably would have made their lives a lot easier. Come on, Csillia. Stay focused. I shake my head and smack my face to try and deter too many things from changing my thoughts. I look over at my home once again. I'll need to get some more firewood, gather some water, both for my canteen and some for the cooking pot, snatch some fish from the pond while I'm at it. If I see something I may need, I'll deal with it when I see it. I lift my ragged bag up, latch my canteen around my belt, and place my sword in its dingy sheath. I look at the first tree that I had slashed to mark the way to the pond, where I get most of my materials and bathe. I am so glad I decided to mark the way a while back. I begin my way down to the path of the marked trees to lead me down to the pond. As trying as surviving out here in the wild can be, it's always a pleasure to be so close to nature all the time. The autumn wilderness stuns me often with its beauty, especially here in the hollowed forest. The collage of reds and yellows in the trees, sprouting from the lush greens of the grass underneath. It's generally really calm in these parts, which is saying a lot, considering that we Scyvans relish in fighting. So, finding a spot consistently peaceful like this is harder than it sounds. What fascinates me even more is the lack of people that come to this pond as well. It's a pretty sizable pond, and the fish in it are plentiful. I'll get the occasional fox, D-Nix, or deer that hop on through, but that's about it. Not saying that I'm complaining though, as I do need a spot to bathe when I feel the need to. Though, I do get a bit lonely out here, I'll admit. My head drops at that thought. I won't try to deny that living alone can get difficult. Not really having anyone to talk or listen to. I do miss the Aruli family. But I can never go back, no matter how I feel. Not after that day, so long ago.